Welcome to the AlphaCars Service Center. My name is Ian, and today we're doing some Waxoyl rust protection followed by a paint correction and ceramic coating on this ultra special G-Class. This is a 1999 Mercedes G500. It's a two-door model, and it has the legendary M113 V8 under the hood. You may be wondering, how is this truck here in North America? We never got these here. We never got the G-Class until 2002 actually, and we only had the four-door models. Well, this was originally a Japanese vehicle. It was sent to that market originally, and it's been imported here to North America. So ultra cool opportunity to protect this truck. There's already some work going on. As you can see, there's various taping and masking. We have the fender liners removed. We've got the wheels removed, of course. The front skid plates removed. We're in the process of prepping for the underbody rust preventative treatment. This truck is really one of the nicest G-Classes we have ever had. It's really a treat to be working on it. We can see the condition under here. It looks as new as it could look, being, a 99. This truck has around 70,000 miles on it. It was clearly very well preserved throughout its whole life. We can see the frame rails, springs, all the common areas like the rocker panels. Absolutely no rust on this truck. We do have those moldings removed so we could inspect there. You may be familiar with our videos where these are rusted so bad the shock breaks off and we have to fabricate all new components here. We'll check this truck out. That's all clean as a whistle. There's a little bit of evidence of maybe some previous restoration, but we believe a lot of this is original. It was just cleaned very well, maybe with some sort of dry ice blasting or some sort of method like that, because it's very clean and there's no underlying rust. Even though some things might have been refinished over the years or improved, there's no funny business going on in this truck. It is really unreal. So we're gonna be doing the Waxoyl clear protection, so then we can still see what's going on underneath. It's not gonna hide the great condition this truck is in. We're gonna also be injecting the product in all the enclosed areas, even the vehicle body, like the doors, the hood. Of course, soaking the inside of those rocker panels, inside of the frame rails, these cross tubes, really anywhere we can get it, we're gonna do so. So right before I filmed this video, this truck just got out of our mechanical shop. We did a few maintenance items, really just from the truck's age. Like we fixed some leaks, like the valve covers were leaking, which that happens to most all M113s at one point. And just some other maintenance items like coils, spark plugs, ignition leads, things like that. But now it's mechanically sorted. It really runs and drives like a new truck. And now we're on to the protection. So after this underbody protection, as I mentioned in the beginning of this segment, we're gonna do a paint correction. Ultra cool sort of green pearl color that this truck is. That's a rare color on its own, never mind the two-door truck being here. So we're gonna be correcting that with the polishing and applying a ceramic coating to really lock that in. The value of this truck is really only gonna go up from here as the market has continued to do. So really worth the investment to lock in this condition and make sure it's gonna stay in this condition for the long run. So follow along in this video. We're gonna be showing you the various stages of protection, and the first half of this video is gonna be the underbody protection. So we see there's some masking already done on the truck. Of course, we don't want the treatment to get all over the exhaust and the brakes and things of that nature. We did find a little bit of early stages of rust. We can see right here beneath that factory coating, and it's actually the same spot on this side. It's doing the same thing right here. And there's a couple spots on the edge of some of the fenders where the fender liners have rubbed the paint off, and then a little bit of superficial corrosion is starting. So we're gonna strip these areas down, get rid of that rust in the early stages, recoat that, and then it'll be ready to accept the Waxoyl treatment. That'll really prevent all this from happening in the first place. Because what happens is over the years, these connections will slowly rub through the paint, and then it starts rusting, and then it's all over from there. Frequently, we remove the fender flares on the G-Class vehicles, and there's actually holes under them. This truck is so clean, even these factory mounting brackets, these will even rust out and crumble. All these are so clean. We're glad we caught it now because we'll be able to get the Waxoyl treatment, and all these seams, it'll seep into all those areas, and it's really gonna prevent that rust from ever starting, because it'll always be coated on the surface. Of course, now that we have the liners removed, a little bit of cleaning to do in there, but that's where we're at. Very, very minor rust. Really the least amount of rust we've ever seen on one of these vehicles. We're gonna get that treated and then move along with the masking and the underbody treatment. And we've just finished isolating the G-Class from the rest of the shop to protect both the G-Class and the shop from the product. We did finish the minor rust correction back here. You can see there's some factory color on there now. And we also protected and remedied the back edges of the fender there. That goes for both sides. You can see the fresh factory color there and the little section there that was remedied. Of course, this is covered by the fender liners back here. So a little more color in one spot doesn't hurt. It just adds to the protection of the area. And especially we're gonna be soaking all this with the rust preventative treatment, especially these brackets here that like to rust and this connection between the vehicle body and the fenders. So that will seep in there nicely, as well as everywhere else on the underbody. And we can see all the masking has been done, all the brakes are protected, some of the electrical items, the headlights up there, the powertrain is protected. So everything's looking great, it's looking good to go. In the next segment, we're gonna see the clear product being sprayed, making this look awesome, and more importantly, protecting it for the long run. Let's check out this almost invisible protection. We have removed all of the masking material underneath the truck so we can see how precise we were with the application. But now all these areas, the edges of the fenders here, the areas where the fender flares bolt to the body, of course the whole frame, all the enclosed areas like the tubes, frame tubes there, the frame rails, really anywhere we can get our application tools we do. And this has the invisible layer of protection. We can see how it sort of cures up. It kind of sprays on in like a yellowish hue. Of course, you can do it thick in spots, which is a good thing, but we can see it really cures up nice. And you might think, wow, it doesn't look like anything's on there. While that may be the case in areas, this has a substantial layer of the thick wax oil on it. So let me show you right here. It might look like there's nothing, but check that out. I just put my fingerprint in there. We will touch that up so that's not there anymore, but you can see it's a very, very thick layer. And you can see some of the areas where it's come out of the enclosed areas. Same thing with the vehicle body right here. You can see the excess product there where it's come out. And even the whole underside of the side steps have the product. And the vehicle pinch weld, there's still some body plugs there that are pulled where we injected the product. We're gonna put those back. Even the axles are protected now. We do a bit of a lighter application on the axles so it doesn't throw off the balance or anything. But as long as it's an even coating, really won't be an issue. And you can see how thick we did inside the frame tubes here. And we like to go extra thorough with the enclosed areas. That's mostly where the rust damage starts, whether it be the frame or the vehicle body. And now all these brake fittings, hydraulic lines, Everything here is all protected, but nothing's being hidden by the, black product. So that's why we really love this clear Waxoyl product. You can see what's going on underneath. You can still sell the value of the vehicle, the really insane condition this is in. Nothing's being hidden, but it is protected as well. And of course, we even got areas like the rear frame structure here, where if it did have a tow bar on it, that's where it would go. Even the recovery point here, that's all protected. Really anywhere and everywhere is protected on this truck. And now the G-Class has been reassembled. It's back on its wheels and tires, and we're deep into the paint correction process. We have about half of the vehicle done right now with the paint correcting, preparing it for the ceramic coating. I want to point out the front bumper. Look at the condition of this. It's kind of cloudy and dull. So we'll be able to check out that condition after we've polished it. The hood polishing has been done, as well as this fender. And you can see it really is like a mirror. And this side is pretty much done. Let's check out this amazing difference back here. So look at this side of the bumper. It looks almost wet. It looks perfect. And then look at this side of the bumper. This is what it looked like before. It had that sort of dull, cloudy appearance. And once again, going back to what we just polished, and check that out. It really looks brand new. And we can see we're through a couple different stages right here. So right here is not polished. Right here is in process. You can see there's actually some of the compound and polish on there. And this has been polished and buffed out with the microfiber. So, you can really see the gloss and clarity of the color there. Of course, we're even doing the spare tire cover. We've got some of the delicate plastic and rubber kind of taped off there. And we're gonna keep on working our way around here. So now let's enjoy a little montage of the polishing and some of the befores and afters. And now the polishing is complete. We're applying the ceramic coating. Check out the roof. It's a total mirror of the ceiling of our shop. And the rear of the vehicle is the same story. Even the spare tire carrier. Look at that 80s 560 SL in the reflection there. The rear bumper came out amazing, super glossy. Now it's all protected for years to come with the ceramic coating. And now our technician Ryan is loading up his custom applicator there, his Get Stuff Done applicator, double wide, and he's currently applying the ceramic on this fender. He's gonna do some nice even coats and then allow it to cure and flash for a certain amount of time. And even all the rubber and the plastic parts get coated as well. Really every exterior surface, including the glass, it all gets coated. So it'll be easy to clean, look awesome, and be preserved for many years. And now we're leveling off the coating. It's had its time to flash, and you can already see the difference in the clarity and the gloss. This color looks unreal now, and even it sort of restored the rubber and the clarity and the color of the turn signal here. So the ceramic coating is really, it's a win-win no matter what you're doing with it. And now with the ceramic application complete, the truck just needs to stay indoors for 24 hours to cure. And we're doing some finishing touches on other areas like the rocker panels. We're going above and beyond on the protection here. We left the trim moldings off for the ceramic coating so we could coat the painted surface down to like this factory sealer. And now what we're doing is laying the clear Waxoyl protection only on the rocker. So now this area will be protected from the all too common rust that likes to start. The trim molding, what happens is with the trim molding vibrating over the years on the truck as you go down the road and hit bumps, the dirt and debris behind there rub through the paint and then the rust starts. So now with this protection here, number one, we've got this perfectly clean, so it really won't happen or even start to happen for a very long time, especially depending on how the truck is used. But if anything like that maybe does happen, it's got this corrosion protection where the Waxoyl really displaces the moisture. And if any paint gets rubbed off where the bare metal gets opened up, this will prevent that ever from having the rust starting, since it will soak into there. And just like that, the G500 protection project is complete. This truck is now fully protected, both the underbody, frame, suspension components, enclosed areas, as well as the exterior paint, and all the plastic and rubber moldings, the bumpers, the glass, spare tire carrier, really all exterior surfaces are coated. Even the license plate is coated as well. Of course, we just have the rag on there for the video. I do want to point out, if you've noticed the headlight lenses are foggy, well, you are correct, they are. They're fogged on the inside. They actually, they can't be restored or anything. These are some sort of aftermarket lens or bucket assembly. So the vehicle owner does know about that. They'll probably do something with those down the line. So I do just want to point that out. And lastly, let's just take a peek in the interior. This whole truck is really like a time capsule. I don't think we've taken a look in the interior yet. Just check out the condition of the seats, the carpets. It's got the factory V8 mats there. The V8 logos on them. Even look at the headliner of this truck. It even has, it was optioned with rear heated seats. So this bench back here is heated as well. Really unreal how well this truck runs. And you can see there 126,000 kilometers, which is around 70,000 miles. And yeah, I just wanted to point all this out. AC is ice cold in this truck. It was really a pleasure working on this thing, and it's in borderline museum quality condition. Really, really a great find. So I'm glad the vehicle owner brought it to AlphaCars so we could lock it into this condition, get it protected. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you've watched the whole thing to now, I do appreciate that. It was probably a long video. It was a lot of work we did on this truck. If you do have a G-Class or other vehicle that you want protected like this, doesn't matter what it is, we can protect anything from rust and the harmful elements. Reach out to us via the contact information on the screen, or go onto our website, alphacars.com, to our rust and detailing page. The link is in the description below. You can learn a lot about our services and inquire there via the form as well. So with all that being said, this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough Service Center. Do leave a like on the video if you found it helpful or satisfying to watch, and subscribe for more motoring content.